sugar tonight in my tea. No sugar to stand beside me. No sugar to run.
Well, who out there would not love to be able to eat something sweet every day and not pay the price we usually pay, which is gaining weight and knowing we aren't doing our health any favors? We may have the answer. Joining us this evening is the founder of Shockingly Healthy, Lauren Breuer, who, like us, has a sweet tooth, right?
Right, absolutely.
Absolutely, for sure.
Welcome to What She Said.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, this is sort of a dream come true. You know, you say to yourself, why could they not make something that tastes sinful, that is actually good for me, or at least won't make me gain 5 pounds?
Exactly. So I had to get a little creative because I had that same wish, and who doesn't, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I've tried everything to get rid of the sweet tooth. I think Kate has too, and it's not working.
Yeah, and then when you go cold turkey, you want so much more. So I think the important thing is really just to make a better for you version. And, you know, I feel like I've really figured that out, that you can still have it and not deprive yourself.
Well, tell us a little bit about the journey that led you here specifically. Why did you launch this? How did it come to be?
Yeah. So like so many people, I struggled with my weight, especially growing up, some yo-yo dieting. I feel like in the school system, we don't really learn how to eat and what's good for us and why. And what clicked for me over the years, the more I learned about food and nutrition, was that the answer for me was really to focus on nutrient-dense foods. Mm-hmm. And then you crowd out everything that's bad with things that are good. And you really don't have to worry about what you're eating and your weight if you're really focusing on things that are genuinely good for you and more balanced.
But the thing is, often when people try to substitute, for example, power bars, and they taste chalky.
Yeah.
And I know they're good for you. They have the protein, they have all the vitamins and everything, but they don't really taste great.
Yeah, it's not like a replacement. It's not going to hit the spot the same way.
No.
Yeah, I understand. So my goal with Shockingly Healthy was really to create things that are as healthy as you're going to get, but are still going to hit the spot and taste like a genuine dessert.
So what's your menu? I mean, how many different desserts do you have?
So our landmark product is our double chocolate brownie.
And is this what we're about to try?
Yeah, so do you want to give that a taste?
Sure.
And let me know if you can guess what the main ingredient might be.
Besides chocolate?
Besides chocolate. Because there's no false advertising. We have dark chocolate, we have cocoa powder, but there's something else that's the main ingredient.
Protein powder?
No.
Beans.
It's made with chickpeas.
Chickpeas. Okay,
Yeah.
so close. Garbanzo beans.
That's
or
basically right.
How
White
did you
beans.
guess that?
Because I have several cookbooks that I have not been following that suggest that you can alternate like white beans or whatever for different things, but I've never actually thought it would taste as really good as it does.
So you never tried making any of
No,
those?
I haven't.
Okay, well, here we go.
And why do I need to? Now I have you.
Exactly. You don't have to do all the work. I'll do
This
it for
is
you.
absolutely delicious.
Thank
You would
you.
never know.
That's why it works, right? Because it's like you're saying the power bar is just not as satisfying, but this is really, really satisfying.
Just tastes like butter and flour.
So yeah, no butter.
sugar.
The only things that this has in common with your regular brownie would be the cocoa and the dark chocolate chips. Everything else is different. So your main ingredient is the chickpeas. So you're getting protein, fiber, you're getting something more balanced. And because of all that protein and fiber, you're not going to go on that roller coaster effect that you would usually have with a dessert where your energy is up and
So
then
I'm not going to eat 6 brownies.
Exactly.
I'm going to have one,
because
which
your
is
blood
okay.
exactly, your blood
Kate,
level is going to be
think
more.
of
Yes,
this.
Christy.
Think of this. You know those movies where people say, let's just go out for dinner and just have dessert and forget the first course? You could actually do that if you're having beans.
If you're
I mean,
gonna-
that's
yeah.
beans are a first course,
It's
right?
real food.
It's
Yeah.
real food.
Yeah.
So what's
for
the
sure.
calorie content of something like
So
this?
it varies by the item. The double chocolate brownie that you tried is actually the lowest calories of everything that we have, and it's 180 calories for the whole square. So that's going to be roughly half of what you would find in your average brownie.
And
you're-
how much protein?
5 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein. It's going to vary by the flavor because we
Right.
didn't like reverse engineer into different calories. We just made something that tasted good with real food.
That's amazing. You
does-
never
it
see
tastes-
protein in dessert.
Yeah, usually you're going to have white flour, white sugar. You're going to have 100% carbs and nothing else in it.
And empty carbs to boot.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is amazing. So you wanted to do this. So how did you start? Did you start in your kitchen? Did you go to an
did,
investor?
yeah.
Like what?
I started in my kitchen, and at the time I was studying to be a holistic nutritionist. So I became really in touch with how many other people were looking for the same thing. And I was also working as a personal trainer. So again, I was talking to all my clients and finding that everybody was struggling to sometimes it was just struggling to eat enough. Like people are skipping meals, and sometimes that's the problem, to have healthy things that are convenient. I started selling to my personal training clients and other nutrition students, and then grew from there, eventually set up a space. We started selling to coffee shops and eventually grew into grocery.
And now you're in Whole Foods and Pusateri's. Where else?
Nature's Emporium. We sell to all the Balzac's coffees. So about 100 retail locations right now in the GTA.
Now, what about me? Can I buy directly from you, or do I have to go to a retail store?
You have
now?
to go to a retailer.
Okay.
But a retailer can buy directly from you.
Exactly. So we sell wholesale for resale. And if you don't live near any of the retailers, we work with a couple home delivery companies that are really fantastic. So Fresh City Farms and Mama Earth. So you can go and you can order all your produce and all the brownies you want and get it delivered really conveniently.
Where can people buy, basically? Is it the GTA primarily?
GTA, we are expanding. So if you go to our website, you can plug in your postal code. But we have, for instance, Nature's Emporium is Newmarket, Burlington, Vaughan. We do sell to the Whole Foods in Ottawa, so that's the one location we have in Ottawa now. We're working on getting some additional ones.
What about those poor people in Vancouver? They would want you too.
They need to start requesting it. That might help, but we have to still work on expanding.
I don't think so. How long have you been in business?
Going on 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Healthy desserts. I mean, who knew? And they taste great because, right, Kate? They're not
they do.
chalky at all.
Well, and the other thing I've noticed now is because they've started putting calories and nutritional counts on all the restaurant menus, is you really see. I mean, last night when we were out, I contemplated sharing the churro dessert with my husband, and it was like, no. I can't. Like, you see the calories there, and you're like, that is just outrageous. But this, because it's actually good for you. There isn't anything bad in this brownie for you. And most of the calories are coming from the chickpeas.
They're coming from that. They're sweetened with dates. So again, we're taking a whole food, pureeing it. We have ground flaxseed in there. The only fat we use is coconut oil, which is metabolized really easily by the body, has so many wonderful functions. And I've had that restaurant thing on my mind a lot lately. I think that's going to be a good market for us, as they're going to have to advertise the calories.
Yeah.
It'll be, even if you did a size that's half a brownie, then you're under 100 calories and something you can handle after a meal when you're reading all of the caloric content.
And especially for people who go and have a high-calorie dinner and then still want dessert, but they'll maybe
something
gravitate
sweet.
towards that because it's like me who has creme brulee and then puts Splenda in my coffee. It's so silly.
So what's the feedback been like from people who have started to incorporate shockingly healthy desserts into their
It's
lifestyle?
been really, really positive. It's something, like we were saying, that because it tastes good, it works. You can't switch to something as a supplement. You're not going to stick with it. And it's something that I didn't create it as a diet product. I created it as something catered to people who want to make better choices. But we've had really great feedback of people who have a sweet tooth that they can't satiate, and they switch to this. And we've heard stories of weight loss, of just feeling better, that, hey, I have all these, because we're also gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, people who are on restrictive diets who might not be watching their weight but can't find a treat that they can feel good after eating.
Yeah, but very often with a diet, if you break it, then you say, forget it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, if you have that craving, you satisfy the craving and you keep going because it's not you haven't really cheated.
It can be part of most diets, absolutely. So we've heard from lots of customers who have lost weight just as a result of having this be their go-to treat.
How do people get in touch with you if they have a store or cafe or they just really want to buy a lot?
We have a form on our website. So if any retailers wanted to reach out to us, they can.
Shockingly healthy.
Shockinglyhealthy.com.
All right.
That's wonderful.
We're not letting her out of the studio with any of these samples.
No,
okay?
they're all. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
This is What She Said. Stay with us.